Illuminating drops. Let's put some things on our face and talk about it. I'm not usually a big highlight person. That could change. I like a drop because you can use it in pretty much anything from moisturizer to foundation. You can put it in your body lotion. I'm going to give you updates on reviews and some new finds. So settle in. We're going to go from this to this. We're done. Truth be told, I prepped the skin, okay? I used the Stay Sun Visor, and I'm using these Kosas, well, that's not these, it's one. It's the Revealer Extra Bright in a peachy shade. Before I dive into that, let's just get a base on. I don't know if I want to put the drops into the foundation just yet. Let's just put the foundation on and see where it takes us. I could have already done it in my SPF, although I don't really think I would want to mess with an SPF and mixing it with something because that could affect the efficacy. Oh yeah, big word. So maybe just moisturizer, but if you're going to be wearing moisturizer and SPF, it's going to look very glowy. A quick base coverage courtesy of Jane Iredale. I just got the concealer and I got the formula that had the little bursting bubbles in it. It's like a tinted moisturizer from her. I remember loving it. And then I tried to get in touch with their PR team. This was, my gosh, this is taking me back to when I was driving from San Francisco to Tennessee with my cat Blue in the car. I was like, yeah, what am I going to wear for makeup every day? I'm solo driving 3,000 miles and I'm like, well, where's my tinted moisturizer? Oh my God. Somehow I made it. And I made it with an even complexion, which is what matters most, right? Not like staying alive and keeping the cat alive. And what a blast from the past. Wow, that just took me back. What a time to be alive. So the base is on. I just want to get a feel for the consistency here. So we're talking glowy. This is on the golden side. This comes in quite a few shades. They had a darker kind of bronzer, sort of like a glowing bronzing drops. I mean, I'm super grateful that they did send this to me. I am under zero obligation to talk about it on this channel, but it's here and I wanted to give it a try for you so you could just see how it goes. But I do think I would have probably liked a bronzing drop. So maybe if I like it, I will get myself the bronzing version. I love bronzer. See the texture of this. Oh, you know what? It's on the thicker, look at that. It's on the thicker side, which I'm not mad about at all. But it goes into sort of a gel wash. Okay, interesting. It's like a viscous gel. It's not oily from what I can tell right now. The hand is a glowing. I know my face is already glowing, so we're just gonna try. And I think this would probably be best for me on top. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's very pretty. This would be really, if I wasn't wearing all of this. It's 80 degrees outside and I'm wearing a hoodie, but I keep the air conditioning on. She does not like summer heat and humidity. This is really pretty. It's almost the texture of something that I would expect from Say, in the sense that it is that gel kind of wash. That happens to be one of my favorite all-time textures because you get a bit of a glow, but you don't get the oiliness. And these things tend to play better with other products that I put on. There's something sort of happening right now with a bit of blurring. I can't tell. Could just be this foundation and these drops. So far, so good. I want to see how things build on top of it, and I want to check it with powder. But before I do, I'm going to do a quick under eye and talk about the With Simplicity concealer. Started really strong for me. They gifted me, they guessed the shade. It's a small business. I love small businesses. I do actually want them to survive. They picked Willow for me and it is too cool. And it's creating sort of that line of demarcate, the contrast under eye, the reverse raccoon, if you will. I'm going to warm it up a little bit with the Kosas. One of the things that was weird that I noticed, this formula comes out with, I'm going to say grains, but there's some sort of texture in some of this formula. I don't know what that is. And then it applies smoothly. Like it matches my skin, the fairest part of my hand really well. But underneath the eye, it just, I'll show you without the mix. It looks brightened. I love that, especially with the allergy situation here. But it almost gets a little chalky looking for me, which I think has more to do with the shade than the finish of this. Although this finish is nice in that it's not going to give you something super duper glowy, which I don't like that underneath the eye. I think that looks just washed out and kind of messy for me, but it spreads really nicely. It has a lot of parts that are good. It's just, I've noticed some texture in the actual formula. It is thin and silky, but it's not too thin. However, the creasing with this was pretty instant. So the creasing, no matter what I try and prime the brush beforehand. I try and wear nothing under it. So that means, and like a lot of concealers, you're going to need to set it. I have to come in with a setting powder, but now I'm just blending the Kosas. My hand is my palette. That's definitely going to add more weight to it, I know. So setting is going to be even more necessary. I do feel like that softens it a little bit for me, and it color corrects. Unfortunately, like I don't want to tell you, okay, buy these two products because you need them both to counteract one another. That's no way to live. This is just my experience. If you've tried it and you really liked the concealer, let me know. Again, it looks good. It brightens. It plays well with others. However, that creasing is rough. The wear test is very inconsistent for me. So some days it was all right. Some days the creasing was super noticeable and not close to 8 hours in. So for me, the wear really wasn't there. And it is more humid here. That does need to be taken into account. But unfortunately for me, it wasn't a great wear test. It does, however, play really well with powder. And I think that might have something to do with the shade. But there are some concealers out there, some I've tried from Ilia, some I've tried from other brands. As soon as the powder hits to set them, and some of them really need to be set, the shade starts to oxidize and it really changes with the powder. Is that the concealer's fault? Probably not. But the fact that there's creasing happening means that I need to use the powder, and it can almost change the color of the concealer in a pretty significant way. It works pretty well with the powder, and I don't really know why that happens with some concealer formulas, liquid concealers versus others. I never see it with a cream concealer. So that's the update. It's not like the update I wanted to give. This Fit Glow powder is out of control. Whew, whew, whew. I gotta say, the drops kind of really worked well without powder. Of course, you want an illumination, so you don't really want to mattify it. I did have some interesting discoveries this week, and it's kind of like a rediscovery, a new find from an old find. Just go with it. This is the Ilia bronzer. This is the Sunshift Cream bronzer. I have this in Ray, I believe. Yeah, Ray and Rise. Warmer, softer, subtle. If you're scared of bronzer and have super fair skin, or you're just freaked out by bronzer, now you know. I feel like this is pretty decent in terms of the payoff, which you're about to see. So this is from a brand called, I'm going to butcher it again, but Reef, I can't say that. And when I first tried it, this was over holiday. I tried a bunch of these brushes and I was like, what? I don't understand. Now I understand. I like pressing the cream color into the skin. I'm not buffing this in. This is really good with control of creamy product. There's one for the eyeshadow that is a total game changer for me. If your skin isn't like 19-year-old skin, I'm mid-40s. I'm not anti-aging at all. I'm pro-aging well. But I've noticed that there's a laxity that starts to happen. When you have a dense, firm brush, some of the ones that I happen to love, they kind of affect the skin differently. And you can press lighter, but there's something to be said about weight of bristle. It makes it so it's airy on the skin, and I find that I can get into places a little bit easier. I think you can use it for anything. I just like to play with stuff and figure out what works on my face. That's what I do over here. This is the lightest amount of pressure ever, and there is payoff happening, but you can be more specific and precise with it. At first, it confounded me. Honestly, I'm still learning so much when it comes to brushes, and brushes can really change everything. I'm gonna use the Mob Cream eyeshadow. Everyday, fluffy, soft eyeshadow brush, right? You're putting it in a little bit here. You just sort of blend it, and then you could do windshield wiper. You could do whatever you want. Now, here's what I want you to look at. You can see my skin is moving. It's gonna happen. Here, I'm taking another brush. I'm getting a little bit of the product on here, and then I am barely touching it to the skin. The pigment's coming off a little bit better. The blend on it is really nice. I'm not using more than I was using before. I am not pressing at all. If you have crepiness with your skin and you struggle with applying a cream product and it's tugging or pulling just naturally, even if you're not being hard with it, something like this doesn't have to be this brush. You do it under liner like that. They're just cool. I really didn't give them the credit that I think they deserved when I first tried them out. It was holiday. It was busy. It's busy time. Jones Road, nothing like an forest green eyeliner as far as I'm concerned. The other thing I've been doing is I do love a wing. Also really digging the soft lines. So this isn't my go-to for that. A Kajal liner would be really good. Use a smudger that you might have from another eyeliner very lightly because again, we go back to the skin moving thing. And then I just soften the line. I don't know, I really like it when you get the right mascara with this. Really a nice combo. It's a softer, less severe combo. I really am now starting to think that this video is very geared towards more mature skin. I'm gonna bring in the Jones Road mascara. Now in 2021, a little girl named Britt tried it out and she was still working in corporate. She was probably really tired, but she tried it out and did not fall in love with this mascara. Cracked open this tube recently. It was a very, very different story. The full scorecard is now live on the Style Shaker if you want to see it. It used to feel very clunky to me, and now it lifts like a mother. It's nuts. Volume is very strong, but it's the lift and the length. Like, look, hello. Is it perfect as a mascara? Absolutely not. It has a couple of setbacks that I talk about in the scorecard. I just wanted to show you that my mind has changed, which it does. This happens all the time because that lift is just too good. And the score improved from 2021. The other thing that I'm sort of crazy about right now, I've tried this before in many a video. This is the RMS Hydro Blush in shade Crystal Slipper. Actually, I'll show you with the brush how this goes on. A beautiful peachy, pinky, champagne kind of blush. We're getting a lot of glow today, but I really just wanted you to see how this looks. It's subtle. I'm not a huge blush person, but it really goes on easily, and their shimmers are always really good. Let's just put the illuminator on top and see what happens. And if we like beam up illuminating drops, let's just use my fingers. Yeah, it has sort of like a viscosity, like a jelly kind of interesting texture. I like it. I do like it a lot. So this is just kind of giving it on top. You know, I thought it would be stronger. And it's actually drying down pretty quickly. Okay, this is a more interesting test. I think this could be really good for summer or not because it's humid and my face has a natural highlighting glow thanks to sweat. But this is a nicer look than that. So if you want more of a glow to the skin, but you don't want the dewiness, this can be kind of nice. For me, it's a nice to have. It's not really a must have. I have a lot here to work with, so I will continue to play with it. I think I'm going to bring in a matte and just kind of tone it all down a little bit, which totally goes against the entire purpose of the illuminating glow, but I need a little bit of something. Here she is. This is the Tower 28 Get Set in Samo Spritzer. I'm just going to do it here so it doesn't take away from the rest of the glow. You know, when you're getting, I don't know if you guys used to do this, but I've talked about this before, like the getting ready to go out is the best part. And you just kind of like hang out and you just keep playing and adding until you sometimes end up looking insane. I loved that part. That was my favorite part of going out. Good times. Potentially go monochromatic with this. Look at how strong that payoff is though. It's fun. Now I'm just having fun. If you have something that's really pigmented and you have a tough brush or a firmer brush, that blend could be a little bit trickier. Go with something softer like this or something else that's really soft that doesn't kind of move your skin all over the place. As gross as that sounds, you kind of get it. Do you get it? This was sent to me and I grabbed it and now I'm like, oh, it's heavily fragranced. It's not on the clean. What is clean? We don't know. There's plastic. It kind of goes against a lot of the things that I normally like, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta 80-20, 90-10, you know what I mean? Conscious, and then some crazy plastic stuff. This is Fenty. This is their gloss. Such a pretty gloss. You don't need much. Very fruity smelling. Don't like that. And it's not tacky. It's almost like a balm gloss with a really strong payoff. Do a little lip line. I like Soch lip liners. I feel like they are on the creamy side, so just be careful if you're worried about things kind of running. Not to say that it does that, but they are on the creamier side. There you go, girl. Same girl. That's new. I kind of love how this came through. I think I really needed this blush. I think this blush was necessary. You tell me. It's also because I'm wearing a bright blue and I feel like it was competing with the bright blue. I often think about just wearing the same uniform in these videos, but I feel like that would be super boring. So I'll keep you posted on the drops. I'll keep you posted on the Ilia bronzer. Hope you had fun. Let me know what you think of these products. Do you like the drops? Are you going to try the drops? Are you like, cute? I don't know. If you have any questions about anything else I tried, let me know. You can see full scorecards, my favorites, everything I would buy instead. Back on Style Shaker, links below, per the usual. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening whenever you're watching, and I will see you right back here real soon. Until then.